Welcome everyone to another edition of Boring, where I try to play a game and suck at it. Talk to Commander Anno. Get that active first.
Stream Elements says, Scorpwana is now live. Streaming Star Trek Online.
Line.
Star Trek Online.
Line.
Another edition of Boring.
Right.
February 24th, 2023.
Another edition of Boring. Starting right now.
On Sci-Fi Prime.
On Sci-Fi Prime. I am depressed because I have to go to work tomorrow, and that saddens me.
Go.
Don't go.
Yep. Just don't go.
If that were only an option.
If everyone else calls out, you know.
Fuck that shit. I'm out. Let me. That and I stayed up late again. Early. Or late.
I don't know why you would do that.
I can't help it.
I don't know what there is for you to do to stay up so late every dang morning.
I know, and I can't do that this next morning.
Sure you can. Just call out. Call out dead.
One day that'll happen. Probably very soon.
Select. Fill all.
And here come the Rex.
Here. Fill all.
Rex. Damn. I did that rather quickly. Let's see. Park, I guess. 1, 2, 3. Nope, not 3. Park was a good choice.
Not for Daniel Jackson, it's not.
Not for Daniel Jackson.
By the time I even get up there, it's dead. I'm not stop doing this shit as Daniel, because he ain't got no fucking speed to get anywhere.
All 3 silos are under Allied control.
Well.
Excellent work. The Fog Fortress
Daniel,
has
he's
engaged
Jack's
transporters.
son.
Troops inbound.
Oh my gosh, Veronica, please stop. You're not a gorilla.
Is it because you're on your headset talking? You've got an audience. Dun. I did not wake up until 6:15 Eastern.
Now you're not going to be able to fall asleep until 9 a.m.
I know, right? Sleep habits have gotten like to shit. Yeah, I wasn't even aware in Minecraft that those cabinets and super chests still existed. But apparently you have to build a super chest maker to make the chest. And the reason why it's not listed in just enough items is because you can make them any color you want.
I'm at city because there's too many people at park.
Go around city. There's nobody here.
Well, it was just at park and there was like 2 other groups guarding the portal.
Weird.
Did they leave?
Yeah, they're... Well, you hold that one, I'll hold this one. Or you can hold this one too.
Yeah, I'll hold that one, I guess. That way we can both get the points.
No! The android died. Oh, shit. We gotta do the crystalline entity. Yeah. Crystalline entity is from TNG first, I think it's maybe first or second season. First time I think we were introduced to lore. Maybe.
Back to your stations. The bots have returned.
Ooh, I got company over here. Look me. Yay, I only got 9 out of the 30. Thanks a lot, whoever you are.
Told you there were other people there.
Well, someone just had shown up right before. It tickered me
Oh
off.
my gosh, am I really gonna fucking die?
You got a little boost.
I hate swarmers, man. They can go to hell. Heart.
I totally went to the city just then.
Oh.
I'm in the park now. Okay. It's a chore moving all that shit around.
All that shit around?
Mm-hmm.
How was it a chore?
Having to pick everything up with my Minecraft guy. Toting them chests all the way over there. Down here.
Oh my gosh, it was like the last tick.
They saw it happen. Boom. Your company asleep?
No, he's doing other things.
Oh, okay. I don't know if they were like moonlighting like we kind of do here. That's an old show, Moonlighting. Bruce Willis and Sybil Shepherd. In the Navy. Got to treat your fellow man in the Navy. Choose lend a helping hand. Oh, gravy. Fuck that shit, I'm out. Spin around in circles and just press my fire buttons. Boom, 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 boom. I was wanting to watch a movie last night before I went to bed, just to kind of settle down from gaming. Damn it if I couldn't. It just wouldn't let me. Damn it.
Yeah, you got a game.
Game. Mad on the phone.
Conkalop says, Blues Peak.
Hello there, Conkalop.
Call me now for your free reading.
Call me now for your free reading. Hello, Litus Abnoboy. Welcome to another boring stream. A stream that asks questions like, why? Why? Ask why.
Leatus_Abnoba says, dude found this podcast you might like.
Oh?
Leatus_Abnoba says, it's called Shuttlepod.
Yep, old Shuttlepod with Connor Trenier and Dominic Keating. It's pretty awesome.
Leatus_Abnoba says,
I heard it
smiley
was the
face.
lamest podcast ever made.
Lame. Yeah, I'll watch it whenever they have new episodes of it or whatever. It's always funny to hear Connor Trenier, or whatever, talk about how Trip died in the last episode of Enterprise or whatever. And them always saying, well, you know, if we ever came back with it, I said, how could I come back? I'm dead.
Hologram.
Holograms. No. I guess they had already had it in there about, like, if that's how Enterprise was always going to end. Like, you know, it'd be Riker, like, you know, watching it through the holodeck.
Leatus_Abnoba says, Triner doesn't get to talk much. He gets ran over vocally, I've noticed.
Yeah, a lot of times Dominic Keating kind of takes over the whole thing. Did you start watching the first episode, or did you just kind of just pick up from one thing and just watch a few here and there? I watched the Y-Files last night too.
I didn't.
You did.
I watched the
Leodis
rest of Picard and then I went
Abnobas
to bed.
says, I've been meaning to look it up since you mentioned it. Then I saw Garrick.
Garrick.
Konkalop says, Bluesham, how do you make the UI so big? Leodis Abnobas says, been watching the last few hours.
On Star Trek Online. Concobla? Concup? Lop? Concolop? It's the default size of the game.
You play the game at 480p. That's why it's so big. It's because the screen resolution is actually so small.
Boom, boom.
Konkalop says, oh.
Let's see. What I'm set at right now is well, it's taking up the whole monitor, but it's shrunk. The screen itself is shrank down for Streamlabs. Get off of there, damn it. Okay, change character. But I'm playing it like my monitor's max resolution of like 1050. It's not even 1080, it's 1050. But it's the default size of the UI. Everyone else usually changes that, or if they have a bigger monitor, it looks different. But yeah, you can go in and scale it down and stuff, but I just don't like to. I'm used to just like barely moving around with my mouse and being able to click shit. Cause clicking shit is fun.
It's not fun, actually.
It's not.
No. I don't even know why you would suggest the idea of clicking shit being fun.
How would you click shit? Let's think about this. On a physical pile of shit. And you're gonna click it. What is clicking? Gotta go down to the necessities of the word there, the bare meaning of it. What is to click? Without being a computer reference, and you told someone to click on something, what would they do? Comments below in the YouTube version of this video that's never gonna be watched. If you made it this far, say hello. Not one damn person.
Why are they going backwards?
Oh, one of those guys was invisible or something.
Why am I dead?
Abnobas says, it's the sound, isn't it?
Sound?
Leodis Abnobas says, clicking.
Clicking, I guess, would be a sound, yes. There's another guy here with us. But as a physical action, if you were a person that had to do a physical action of clicking something without making a sound clicking, what would that be?
Leodis Abnobas says, two small things banging into each other.
Or would that be clacking?
Leodis Abnobas says, clacking is big things.
Ah. So if you were to throw that into the computer reference without it being a mouse, and then you had to, so that would mean you'd have two piles of shit, like on a string, banging them together?
Leodis Abnobas says, like my pants clack as I walk.
Clack, clack, blap, 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 blap. Would shit have to be hardened in order to do that? To make it to actually bang together without smacking together and sticking to itself? Isn't it amazing that I could talk about that kind of stuff and eat at the same time? That's like a talent.
No, it's not amazing at all.
It's
People
like
who complain about being squeamish around stuff like that just need to
grow up hair.
Yep.
It's like
I'm eating. Don't talk about poop or vomiting or whatever. Man, fuck off.
Mm-hmm. Remember when we came back from camping one time? We had our little camper trailer. Had a little septic system on it, you know.
Leatus_Abnoboss says, yes.
But
it would have to be two small dry poop crusting clicking together.
Crusting. But we stopped off to dump the tank before we got home. And it hadn't been dumped in like a year or whatever, and whenever my dad pulled it out, like the little thing to have it start running and stuff like that, because you couldn't hook a hose to it, you had to park over the thing.
Leatus_Abnoboss says, dump the tank is code.
I used to come from a day and age where it was acceptable for people to blow cigarette smoke on your food while you're eating at a restaurant.
Then the bull came. But my dad was pulling the little thing off of there to open it up, and maggots started coming out with this like runny shit and things. I said, "Oh, look, cool maggots," and he was like, "Yeah, back when they could do that in like in restaurants and stuff, the Clean Air Act or whatever it was." I don't know the meaning of that word. My mom does that whole it's called rolling your own cigarettes, but she has a cigarette machine,
Leatus_Abnoboss says, nature's recyclers. Yeah. Poop to maggots to ga.
And that shit is strong when she's smoking in the house, which that's what they do. My stepdad, my mom, constantly.
Did you recruit yet?
I don't have enough.
Well, let's do something else then.
That guy must have got a lot of the credits. Yeah, this way, south-ish. Invisible wall. Ooh, this guy's cat. Shit. What the hell? Damn it.
Oh my gosh, video game.
Yeah, I just got that too. Oh, okay, that makes sense. One of these shielded bastards thing came down before he did, so that's why it was doing that. Spades go down, down, baby, down, down the roller coaster streets.
I was hoping it would be better today, but no, it's fucking worse. Rubber banding all over the place, getting pushed around by enemies that haven't fully spawned in yet.
Cats and dogs living together. Yeah, it never gets good. It never gets gooder.
So, has everyone who's watching stream watched the last episode of Picard yet? Episode 2, Season 3? Have y'all watched that shit?
It says there's 3 viewers and yeah, just the 3 of y'all that are there. So you're okay.
And anyone here? Everyone watched Picard?
Says, yes.
If you have not watched Picard, do you care about spoilers? Because if not, you might want to leave for like 10 minutes. But I'm about to go on what I like to call my weekly rant of Picard. I'll give everyone a chance to get situated.
Leatus_Abnoboss says, is this Assault Fest?
It might be Assault Fest, I don't know. I'm waiting to start talking.
Dun, 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 dun. There, I started a poll. Have you watched it? Yes or no? Kind of. Which
Well,
doesn't
the
matter.
two people responded. One said yes, one said no. I just want to make sure it's okay to talk about Picard before I do.
If you're squeamish, spoilers ahead.
Because I talk spoilers in the specific channel that's called Star Trek, because one would assume that's the place to go to talk about Star Trek, and if you don't want to get spoiled, then don't click the channel. But this is a Star Trek Online stream,
Yes.
so I do want to respect people's spoiler options, because you come here about Star Trek Online, and yeah. With that said, I am going to start talking about the last episode of Stowe now.
The last episode of Stowe?
Yes, the last episode of Stowe. Star Trek Picard. And here's my opinion on Star Trek Picard, episode 2 of season 3. It was kind of a letdown.
Not much happened.
Now, my complaints are not the same as the complaints from last week, because now I've reached the portion of watching the show that I've accepted the fact that seasons 1 and 2 are basically Volanoid.
Yep.
So I just have to enjoy the show for what it is now, which is basically a
reboot thing. A continuation of the original series.
Circle jerk of people who want more the next generation, basically.
Circle jerk.
But, I mean, it was decent, but at the same time, it was just boring, because
it could have
it was just a bunch of talk. It was, oh, we're talking to a screen, or oh, we're talking to this person, oh, we're talking. It was just a bunch of talking.
Yeah, welcome to Star Trek Discovery.
And that's what the episode was. It was just a bunch of talk. There wasn't really exploration. That's why I like Star Trek, is because of exploration.
Sexploration.
I mean, I don't know a lot about Worf, so.
Worf.
I mean, it was cool when he showed up. I obviously knew who it was immediately because they were hiding their face, and I was like, oh, okay, that's Worf.
Yeah, you kind of get it at the first episode, like who her handler is.
Oh yeah, he was all like, oh, warrior, haha.
Yeah.
But
he says "do not" in Warrior, and that's a whole Worf thing.
But I mean, I didn't hate the episode, but it took me like 3 hours to watch it, because I started trying to watch it during stream, and then I got distracted, and then I tried watching a little bit more when I was playing Minecraft after the stream ended, and I kept getting distracted, so I was like, okay, I'm gonna go to bed. And then I finished the episode, and yeah.
Yeah.
But
could episode 1 and 2 have combined together to make one episode?
I don't know who this lady is. I mean, this bounty hunter lady.
I don't either.
Don't have no clue who she is, you know.
I'm sure somebody out there with more knowledge of Star Trek probably like, oh yeah, y'all don't know who that is?
Everyone's like, oh, this dude's Picard's son. I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it.
He's not, because Picard's a synthetic.
I do. That's the one thing I will appreciate with the episode, is I'm glad that they didn't completely throw the whole synthetic thing out the window.
Yeah, they completely verified it, because there were people out there going, is he still after that whole time travel thing or not, you know?
Yeah. But I at least appreciate that they brought the synth thing up, even if it was just kind of like hand waved away.
Yeah, like an insult.
But I just, you know, I just want more of
space stuff.
That stuff we had. You know, I really miss Girardi and.
Well, she's out there in the.
What's his name? I can't ever remember his name.
I miss what's his name. Damn it.
It's a fucking Rios or whatever.
Yeah.
You know, he was one of my favorites. I liked his character. You know, he was one of those characters. That's the thing I like about Picard, and that's the thing I really, really like about Picard. Seasons 1 and 2. and like I said, I'm not sitting here trying to shit on the show, but when you watch stuff like the original series, though I never really watched it, so I might be wrong on it, but stuff like Voyager and stuff like The Next Generation, they make it kind of seem like Starfleet is like the place to be. Like, we're this united Earth, you know, all our problems because all our nations are one because of the whole first contact thing.
Yeah.
You know, we all got together and solved all our problems. So they made it seem like everything on Earth was like basically a paradise. But what I really liked about Picard was it kind of course corrected that. It wasn't like people who join Starfleet still have their struggles, even though when you join Starfleet, they supply you with the food you need. They supply, you know, you don't need money because Starfleet supplies you with all this stuff. But what I liked about seasons 1 and 2 of Picard, it showed that Starfleet wasn't as peachy keen as the previous shows made it out to be.
Yeah.
You know, Earth still had its problems.
They're just behind
And
the scenes.
that's the stuff I miss from Picard 1 and 2. I miss those hardships. And they still have the hardships. They're showing, you know, Seven's hardships with her dealing with being a lieutenant commander, and even though I still don't understand the timeline, I just want to know how long after the time travel thing is supposed to take, because I assume maybe a year max, maybe 2.
Right.
But how do you become lieutenant commander that quick?
Is she lieutenant or is she commander?
I think she's lieutenant commander.
Okay, so that means she would have to have become an ensign, or an acting ensign, an ensign, then what's that like after that? Lower class lieutenant or something, and then lieutenant, and then upper lieutenant, then lieutenant commander or something. There's like several.
Yeah, it's like.
Well, let me look on the game. Hell, it's right here, then. Let's see. Starfleet lieutenant comes right after cadet. Well, that's in the game. That ain't right. A cadet is. What's better, a cadet or an ensign? I don't know. What the fuck?
I don't either.
It doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't make any sense.
That means they completely ignore ensign. Ensign.
But I don't know. It's just I've accepted the fact that I'm not. Oh my gosh, this rubber banding is horrible today. You know, it's not going to be the show that I started watching, but I'm at least appreciate. This is glitch. No, it's not. It's just
the Rex is popping.
Oh, the Rex spawn. That's why.
I'm heading over to the park. Little park. Little park. Before the power people get there.
I would have just wished there was more than just an episode of talking is all. I mean, that's all it was just talking.
Mm-hmm. That's why, like, I've always said about every season of Discovery, you can wrap every one of them up into one episode if you take out all the bullshit talking. Like all the feelings and bullshit, you know, like, I love you, I love you too, oh, we have feelings, you know, that kind of shit. Yeah. And it's not knocking any of them, like, the characters being, like, you know, same-sex relations and all that. I'm just tired of the back-and-forth bullshit. Get the job done. Do something. You know, who cares about feelings? Get Star Trek going.
I mean, they're all about their feelings.
And I guess Picard's going to completely take place just in that nebula or whatever they're in.
Excellent work.
Picard's going to take place what?
In the the little red nebula thing they're at on Picard season 3 right now. It's like that's where it's going to continue.
Switching instance.
Swatching?
Yep.
I mean, if we've been there for 2 episodes and now they've gone back into the cloud even more, that means the 3rd episode's probably going to take place in there too. So that's 3 out of the 7 or whatever episodes it is of them just being in one location the whole damn time. Then again, I guess you could say in season 2 they were like San Francisco or whatever it was in the past in the same city, but that's different.
Oh, don't forget about the orchard.
That's right. Gotta go to the orchard.
Or the vineyard. That was a very pivotal location, and then the ship. The
Rio ship.
Yep, the ship. That was a very pivotal location.
And Starfleet. We got a chance to see Starfleet in the first season of Picard, and I like to see like the progression of Federation stuff, like what has it done come across like so after so long. That's why I think in this game, you know, when they update the Academy or they update, you know, something or whatever, they always seem to just redo what's already there, but just change a little bit instead of like making it match up with what we already know, like it's on screen. But I guess it takes a lot more, you know, to do that full 3D versus just scrapping together ship parts and making a new ship.
Like, as a fan of the Next Generation, how shitty is it that Beverly Crusher's involvement of the last episode was just her limping into the bridge and smiling at Picard?
Well, they didn't have to pay her to say words.
That was literally her involvement the whole episode. And then she's like, Admiral Order, lock it down. I'm taking over this ship. He's my son.
Retired Admiral Picard taking advantage of the situation by saying, I am important.
And that guy, it's funny, that guy had no shit talking, you know, crap about Picard until he abused his rank.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, I'm not going to let you, you're going to regret stealing my ship. And then later he's like, I'm taking over the ship. And then he's like, well, I guess we're just going to have to deal with it. Yes, master, yes.
Right. Well, he probably, like, in his, if he had a heart, this captain, saw that...
Okay, I gotta go over here because I don't have enough credits.
I have, let's see, I don't either. I have 11 of 20. Huh. But I guess that captain probably said, okay, well, if this is Picard's son, it's a family thing, and since, you know, that, then he'd have to, no choice or whatever, I don't know. I just want to know, like, how old is this Jack Crusher guy?
I mean, he looks like he's 35.
Yeah.
But they make it seem like the last time him and Beverly talked was like 20 years ago.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's just like,
the time.
Did you have the child before the last time you talked to Beverly Crusher and she just lied and hid it from you? Or
what if...
Are you just pulling numbers out your fucking ass? Or my theory, it's not really his son.
It could be her original husband's frozen sperm.
He's just taking advantage of the situation and being a piece of shit person while doing it.
Right. I don't know. There was never any kind of mention, like, in the previous movies or anything about her having a second son. And even Wesley... Well, they just barely had Will Wheaton in like, Nemesis or something like that, right? So, like, he popped in for a wedding and that was it. And then he wasn't seen ever again.
I honestly don't know. I didn't watch the movie.
Ah.
I just know the basic premise because I watched like a...
I don't know, I take it as cute Picard and all of them effed with
retrospective
the timeline,
or something about it, and it's like he was cloned or some crap, and his clone was like evil or something. I don't know.
Q not cute.
Yeah, Q. Then they take it at Q part, Picard, all of them. Well, yeah, they probably, some changes to the timeline may have happened into where somehow she had a baby. I don't know. But the Nemesis movie is, you know, the whole thing was they took a sample of Picard's DNA at an earlier stage or whatever, some sort of medical procedure he had done, and the Romulans and Remans, who are like blood cousins or some shit like that, other than the Vulcans being the blood cousin, they tried to clone Picard and swap Picard out or whatever, but the aging process they used for the clone messed up because Picard has this syndrome or whatever that is in his family that has to be like done to something or whatever whenever they're a child or whatever, and they didn't know that, so it caused abnormalities and made it where he couldn't age any farther, and it started killing him. So he needed to get Picard to get the cure from him to save his own life. And then Data was there sacrificing himself to save Picard by putting a personal transporter device on him. Damn it, I still need like one, motherfucker. So Data got blown up, in other words. But in that same movie, though, that's when Data found out that he had another brother called B4, who was before Lore, and is a dumber version of the Data, or android, or whatever, that Data gets online and working, and then Data transfers his knowledge to B4, and B4 is the one you see kind of shelved at the beginning of Star Trek Picard's first season in the shelf, which a fan loaned all that to the production team or whatever to actually have it in the show, because it's originally from TNG, that the props. Boom.
The prop.
Tough acting. Which that could have completely come off a little bit better had I paid attention to what I was saying. We'll just have to come back to her.
I just want...
I want to be able to click a button and it take it.
the show to be over.
You wanna be like that nerdrotic guy who watched all the episodes at once.
Leodis_Abnoba says,
You know what, a new
and
Star
Jarity
Trek
is the Borg Queen as the end of
that
season 2. How do they make her a regular?
is not a part of any other Star Trek.
Jurati, the Borg Queen, at the end of season 2. How do they make her a regular?
Oh, they don't make her regular because they fired her. They
They ended
didn't renew her contract.
They ended her career. Her character is gone now. Okay, are we in different instances already?
Possibly, but I'm probably gonna go to yours if it's better.
Yeah, it's like opened up for everything. Except one. Except one. Here's how it works. Just know though that the Girardi Borg
Oh,
is
we're not
out there.
Oh, I
Like,
need to be your friend.
they're out there and active in space and time and stuff, so they can
Leodis
always come
_Abnoba
back
says,
in
that's
a
what I
future
mean.
series.
If they ended her character, it would be hard to bring her back. Maybe she will guest.
Well, not in Picard, but I don't know. They probably could do something like that.
Yeah, I'm just
They see me rolling. They hate
like,
me.
I was upset about Rios leaving the show, but at least they explained it before that season end.
Yeah, they had.
Whereas if you watched the end of season 2, you could possibly assume that Girardi might return. Because she wasn't stuck in the past, she just said she was going to the Beta Delta Quadrant to
go enlist Borg or whatever, or,
yeah.
give them an option type thing or whatever to be assimilated or not.
Leodis_Abnoba
But
says,
then, like,
and don't forget
a
they
month
left
after
Rios in
the
the
season
past. Who
ended,
knows, maybe he fathered children
like,
that
yeah,
F with the timeline,
he's
or he
gone,
F with the
so is
timeline. That's why I think
Picard's
season 3
girlfriend,
something
she's
has to show
gone,
the
and
fact that they left a
even though
hugely
she was
important
like on the
character
show
in the
for like
past.
2 minutes in the first episode, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Don't forget Rios in the past. Who knows? Maybe he's fathered children that. Yeah, F with the timeline. Definitely. Yeah, him being in the past could totally change things.
Yeah, it could, but I think they're gonna go with he was always meant to be in the past, so him being in the past doesn't change anything.
Yeah. They could do that. That whole Grandfather paradox.
Yeah.
He is his own great grandfather.
Because it's either that or before Q died, if that's what he actually did, he sent Picard back to his own past, but left Rios
Leodis
in
_Abnobas says,
an
I
alternate
think them saying
future
he was
that
always
Picard
supposed to
no
be in
longer
the
has
past
access
isn't
to.
going to quite work because Q was involved unless everything we've seen before this was an
So
alternate
Rios
timeline
would
and
have
now
left
we're
his
seeing the
timeline,
actual
went to an
timeline.
alternate timeline, but his whatever, him being in the past has no effect on Picard's future because it's a separate timeline. Because Q returned Picard to his specific timeline.
And I think even Q had mentioned something about the alternate timelines, like he can bounce back and forth between a lot of them and stuff. So they do exist in Star Trek. Because...
Well, that's the thing, like, about, what's her name? Guinan?
Guinan, yeah.
Guinan? Don't they, like, freak out because they can notice when something, like, they can, like, see different timelines or whatever?
Yeah, they can see if something's been changed. They can feel it.
Yeah.
It happened in one of the episodes of TNG where the Enterprise B showed up, or was it C? Enterprise C showed up in a anomaly in space, and Tasha Yar came back to the show. The Enterprise was completely changed.
Leodis
Worf wasn't on the
_Abnobas
bridge.
says,
And,
yesterday's Enterprise,
yeah.
the two-parter.
And Guinan kept like looking at Tasha like, you know, you're not supposed to be here. And that's what she told her. She goes, "What are you talking about?" He says, she says, "I have a feeling that you're supposed to be dead," you know. So she can feel that, you know. Emotion.
But,
don't be afraid to be.
like, I
real.
wouldn't be so upset at the show if this was the show when it first started out. That's my whole thing.
Yeah, they completely did
I've said it
180.
before, I got used to the characters that were introduced with Picard when they couldn't do the season 1 they wanted to. And I mean, they were very open about it. I saw interviews that said that they couldn't get a bunch of the Star Trek people from the original show back. So they decided to go a different route. The show was only supposed to be a limited, like, 8-episode run of one season.
Right.
But the networks picked it up, or the streaming service picked it up for more because
Fans wanted it.
and it was popular enough. And so they continued season 2 in roughly the same direction as season 1, with the exception, I honestly don't think they mentioned Picard being a synth at all in season 2, but I could be wrong.
I don't remember either.
But
Yeah, season 2 was a fan service, if anything, like for major fans of the Voyage Home movie and all that.
Where'd you go?
Oh, I'm over here. Oh, you're at that one. Okay.
Says, Q says something about him being in a robotic body but still the same Picard.
That's right. Okay, yes. The very beginning of season 2, Picard, whenever he's like standing there with Q, he said this version of you or whatever was synthetic because of this reason here, not the one that, you know, your other self or your original.
Right.
So there was a little bit of a mention, but not to anyone else.
But
That was more of a
yeah, like I
team.
said, that's just the most disappointing. Is I actually liked a lot. The only character I did not like from the first 2 seasons was the Romulan boy or whatever he was. I can't remember if he was Romulan or Ninja.
He was
species.
Romulan Zot Vash, which means they're part of like a type of brotherhood, sisterhood, secret thing or whatever, of a warrior type Romulans that have certain beliefs in protecting people or whatever, and they vow to protect them forever or some shit.
And like I said, I mean, they did, like, in season 1, they had that one girl. She was a synth.
Yeah.
And she was huge. She was heavily used in season 1.
_Abnobas
And then season
says,
2, they didn't really have a purpose for her
for.
at all. So
I
they
did
created
not like
this,
the
like,
first 2
side
seasons because I did not
story
like a lot of the
of
characters they
it
introduced.
not being
I'm glad
her,
somebody
but
did. I did not.
Yeah, being like a
past sibling of
son.
Dr. Sung or whatever. Yeah. So her actual character, but wasn't actually in, but I think the first episode for like 2 minutes, and then
Yeah, then they went to,
But the Romulan boy, he like served no purpose at all in the first season or the
Other
second
to
season.
get, he got killed.
Yeah, he got killed. Yep,
That's his purpose.
that did happen, and then he came back at the very end.
Yep.
And was like, "Oh, I'm in Starfleet now. The timeline changed." Right? Or did I dream that up?
I don't. One thing that I think for sure is like, before when the first Borg Queen was on the ship, and we didn't know it was Girardi at first. I
Right.
thought Girardi was
I
also
mean-
on the bridge.
I knew it was Girardi.
I mean,
I knew it
she
was
was. If she was on the bridge before they went back, and then whenever they came back, she was no longer on the bridge. She just like vanished from that timeline, and because that's the end of her timeline from that, and I thought
like
that
the
was interesting.
second the Borg Queen gave her those dirty eyes in the second episode of that season, I was like, yeah, she's gonna become the new Borg Queen, and that was totally her on that ship. Like,
Yep. To
that
have
was such the most predictable thing I saw on TV in a while.
predictability. Dick. Boom.
But
Boom, boom, boom.
but like I said, I said this last week. If you're a fan of TNG, then you're gonna love this season of Picard.
Yeah.
Whereas if you're a fan of Picard, like I was, you might not necessarily care for the season of Picard.
There are 2 episodes that I would like you to watch of TNG though, before you continue watching this season of Picard. And that is the
Okay.
episode in second season when Data fights Moriarty in the holodeck, or goes up against Moriarty. Then there's also a second, I think maybe third season, fourth season, where they brought that character back. I can't remember the name of the episode, but those are pivotal to this season of Picard, because in the previews they had that character back for this Picard. So you need to like watch those to get the backstory.
Well, as long as I know what episodes I need to be watching.
Exactly.
Some episode in season 2 was a lot of episodes to choose from.
Yeah, the some episode in that one. I gotta look it up. Let me look it up real quick. Let's see. Data more than Artie. I've actually typed that in. More than Artie. What is it? TNG. James Moriarty. Okay, these will give me the episodes. Let's see.
Stretch for a second. Fix my chair.
All right, let me go back then, because I don't want to like read through a bunch of dialogue just to get to the episode names. Episodes. Elementary Dear Data is the 3rd episode of the 2nd season. So there's that one. And then come on, load, damn it. It's bad whenever you do have fast internet, but stuff still kind of like goes. Hold on, let me look at this first. All right. Come on, give me a list of people. It's funny how you look up the okay areas. Daniel Davis. Okay. No. Man, I miss the Internet Movie Database the way it used to be. It's completely different now. 88, what was that? Come on, give me a damn Star Trek. Dude's done so much shit. Episode, okay.
Leatus_Abnoba says, before all the ads and pop-ups back when it was more just text.
Yeah, it's got all kinds of bullshit it has to load up first.
Oh.
Come on. 2 episodes, here we go.
Oops, my finger slipped.
Season 2 and Season 6. Okay, Season 6, Ship in a Bottle, Episode 12. So, Season 2, Episode 3, and Season 6, Episode 12.
Just Call McCower has resubscribed, Prime, for 6 months.
Get over here!
My finger slipped.
Oops, my finger said slipped.
Alright. You said Season 2, Episode 3.
Yes.
Season 6, Episode 12.
Yes.
I will surely forget that in about 20 seconds.
It's okay, I'll forget I even told you to.
Yeah.
It's the thing about being forgetful. I can't remember why, but there's something about it. Change character. That swallowed down my spit shit, fucker. Okay. Okay, that was O'Neill. So you're doing
Gary's best friend.
Gary's best friend. Gary's best friend. Gary's best friend. Man, this thing, dude, jumping up and down. Tell you what, man. Accepted. Alright, let's see if we can do something about this person jumping up and down like a moron. Nope, missed. Okay. Alright, wer du? Let's see, wer du? See, Battlezone 3 has 1 players.
Battlezone 3.
Battlezone 3. Tres uno. And then invite to team. Talk to Commander Arnold if you haven't. What would you do if I sang out a tuna fish?
I like how, I forgot what I was going to say.
You like how you forgot what you're going to say.
Oh, yeah. Beverly Crusher on the show looks a whole lot different than Beverly Crusher on this game.
Yeah. Well, what makes her look so different?
In the show, she looks
Nutrition.
Yeah, as hell. Like, she's not looking good at all.
Well, she's older.
Yeah, I know she's old. She's like 700 years old, but still.
Gates McFadden hasn't really ever been a large woman anyway. She's been real skinny. Tall and skinny. Gates McFadden had a farm. E-I-E-I-O.
And her hair's not red.
Nope. It's like a combination of silvery white and a dark color. Which I'm guessing most people with red hair, eventually that happens to them. I was watching the Smallville or Talkville podcast before, or during Minecraft today, and they had Annette O'Toole on there, like talking to her about stuff, and she's got the same hair coloring that way, and she used to be a redhead. So something must happen there, because Gates McFadden's a redhead. Old McFadden had a Fadden, E-I-E-I Fadden. And old McFadden, he had a farm, E-I-E-I-O. With a big dick here and a big dick there. Here a dick, there a dick, everywhere a dick dick. Old McFucktard had a farm. O-E-I-E-O.
Oh
Ha-ha! Oh my indeed, Captain.
I'm glad Devin's smart, though.
Sivan. Jerry Ryan.
That's my favorite part of the episode, was when she went up to her captain and was like, you could be known as a hero, or you could be known as a man who let a captain and Starfleet's most renowned admiral die.
Yep.
And I'm like, yep, if that dude really abandoned Admiral Picard and let him die, Starfleet was gonna fucking tear him a new asshole.
That's right.
Like,
she kind of, threatened and slash blackmail-y type, guilted him into stuff.
But it's true though. Like,
Yeah.
as harsh as her statement was, and as blackmail, like, you just don't fucking abandon Starfleet's most renowned admiral. Like, I know he had troubles in season 1, but that was mainly because Starfleet was doing a lot of shady shit, and
Yeah.
I mean, the looks of it, Starfleet's still doing some shady shit. I'm not quite sure.
Yeah, they have Section 31 that does a lot of that stuff too, under the radar.
But even if Starfleet's shady as hell, you just don't let your most well-known admiral get killed like that. Like,
right.
they will send all their ships to go save him.
It'll be a media madness if that were to happen. And they'd have no choice but to reprimand the guy or whatever, you know, and strip his rank or whatever.
But even if the corrupt people don't care about, what the hell is this? No, it's armor. Nowhere near as good as what I got now, I don't think.
Junk armor.
Leodis_Abnobas says, DS9
I just thought
started
that
the
was
whole
so funny, because
concept
I was
of the
literally saying
Federation
that the whole
having a
time.
darker
I'm like,
side.
dude,
Even TNG had
Picard
Riker's
is
old
like the
captain
world's
working on
most
outlaw tech.
famous person in Starfleet ever. Even if people hated him, the people who like him way outweigh the people who hate him so much that they would have to pretend that they like Picard just to save face. They're not gonna let Picard just get killed like that.
Nah.
Like, get off your ass. They don't care if you got a fucking basic science freaking ship. You go in there and you save that fucking admiral. Like,
Yeah.
this isn't fucking Kirk we're talking about, man. This is fucking Picard.
Yeah, Kirk can take care of himself, damn it.
Kirk never had his own show.
No.
He didn't have a show named Kirk.
The Adventures of Captain James T. Kirk. Starring Captain James T. Kirk himself, William Shatner. Also starring William Shatner as Spock.
Kind of funny, in my opinion, that Picard is the most popular captain to fans, but Kirk gets more references because he was the
Leodis_Abnobas
first.
says, no, Shatner wrote books. He didn't negotiate well enough.
And I guess it also helps that Kirk just doesn't really want anything to do with Star Trek no more.
That's true. Yes, and
whereas Picard is willing to help the best he can.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sure he wasn't thrilled to be Picard again because of his age, but he figures, well, I've got nothing better to do until I die.
Until
as
the next
harsh
X-Men
as it
movie.
sounds, I might as well, do something until then.
Yeah. Well, he's been acting in like plays and stuff still, but
Picard, or not Picard, not John Luke either.
Stewart.
Patrick Stewart. I have to
Leodis_Abnobas
remember his
says,
second name.
an interview with Patrick Stewart. Stewart said he wasn't interested in doing more Star Trek until they brought him the story they wanted to tell.
Like he thought about a fitting end to the character, and I guess that's
Like, I don't know what books Shatner wrote, but the thing is,
they were Shat.
to me, it's like, take Stargate, for example. Everyone who worked on Stargate, with the exception of one person, loved what they were doing. Richard D. Anderson, Amanda Tapping, Christopher Judge, even, who played Hammond?
Shit.
Can't remember his
Oh
real
my
name.
God.
Leodis_Abnobas says,
Uh,
Shatner ghost wrote books that took place after his rescue from the energy ribbon.
what the fuck is his name? Don S. Davis.
Yes, Don S. Davis. All those people loved working on the show,
Michael Shanks did
except
not.
for Michael Shanks. He didn't embrace the show like everyone else did.
That's why he changed his look too to make so he wouldn't look like James Spader.
But Christopher Judge, he went to conventions. Richard D. Anderson. Is it D or T?
Richard. Shit. Now you got me wondering. Dean.
Richard
Richard
Dean Anderson.
Dean
Yes.
Anderson.
So Richard
crime.
Keene. No, but he went to conventions while he could. I know eventually he stopped because he got too old and
Yeah.
he just couldn't
His
really
knees were
keep
giving
up. And yep. But I mean, Amanda Tapping did conventions.
She's still acting.
I mean, she's acting and directing, I believe.
Yeah.
I think she does more directing and producing shows than actually acting in them. But
she was in some.
it was in
show
Supernatural.
that- I can't remember the name of the show where the time traveling and shit. They would jump into other people's bodies and stuff. She was in.
Travelers, maybe.
Yeah, probably Travelers. Yeah. Sounds-
I think that was about time travel. I only watched one episode. I didn't stick with it. It seemed weird. It could have gotten better because I should really watch like 5 episodes of a show before I give up because a lot of times the first 2 or 3 episodes are just like
Leatus_Abnoboss says.
Like I was
I like
almost ready to give
Travelers.
up Quantum Leap after that first episode. I was just like, I'm not really feeling it. And then I watched the second episode and it was better, but it wasn't that much better. And I think it was like the 3rd or 4th episode. I was like, okay, yeah, this is
Yeah. I totally
this is
agree.
a show.
You got to give it
can
more
really
than
get
just a
into.
few episodes. I used to tell
I
people
do.
to watch a season.
Well, I always hate that though. I always hate people that say, "Oh, just give it 2 seasons because it really picks up in the middle of season 2." And it's just like, well, if I have to watch a season and a half of a show before it picks up, I mean, that's, I don't know.
In
It's
a way,
kind of weird.
it's kind of like a mental thing because once you watch it so much, you kind of also feel like you need to get more of the story, so it kind of draws you in anyway. It's a little tactic that I use. I don't. Yeah, Travelers. I liked it. I mean, it had an interesting set. You know, people from the future that wanted to change the past or whatever, so their consciousness would get uploaded into people of the past, certain coordinates or whatever, and they would do things, and they would get like messages from the main computer from the future, and then someone later on in the last season was able to, who traveled from the future, was able to upload his consciousness into the character that Amanda Tapping was playing and lived out that way or whatever. And the show like went to an end, but anyway, yeah.
Be right back. Going to the restroom.
Restroom. Ristorante. Pum 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 pum. Dun 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 dun. Yeah, you know, Deep Space Nine did open the way for like Section 31 came into play more or whatever. Shadowy government. All right. We need to go back to, I think, Letitia. Get another credit for her. La 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 la. Dump it, dump it, dump it, dump, boom, 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 boom. Bow down, bam, bam, down. Stiff. Old Willie Shat, Bill Shatner. He shat in her, not on her. Bum 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 bum. Ba-na. Boom 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 boom. That is the kind of the differences, I guess, between the captains and stuff. You know, Kirk was more of a risk taker and swing by the hip type captain, where he didn't follow the protocol or whatever that was given to him. Versus Picard going straight by the book and believing the Federation.
Leodis underscore Abnoba says, Janeway referred to him as the cowboy captain.
It's true. Swinging from the hip like a cowboy. I mean, we saw like in Strange New Worlds, whenever they had the little bit of a future traveling thing or whatever that took place, that if Kirk was not the captain, bad things were going to happen, because him doing what he does made the other outcome come out to be the positive of the two, versus Pike, you know, being in command or whatever when he weren't supposed to be there.
Leodis underscore Abnoba says, not the captain we want, but the captain we need.
That's right, mister. Though, Vampire Diaries guy could have gone a little more Shatner with his performance. He didn't shat it up good enough for me.
What I missed?
You missed the conversation about nothing important.
Oh,
let's see.
Bummer.
Yeah, I had mentioned Kirk was more of a swing at the hip type of like captain, where he kind of disobeyed orders to get the job done, and Letis was mentioning that Janeway referred to Kirk as a cowboy captain, which is totally, you know, it's there. And Picard was more of a rule, you know, he went by the book and everything and stuff. So.
Hell yeah, he did.
Yeah. Bum ba da dum bum.
Pickard was like, engage. He would always point at the viewfinder or whatever it's called and be like,
Leodis underscore Abnoba says,
that way.
Sisko was the ghetto captain since he started off as just a commander.
Yeah, he's
engineering. This is Captain Picard, and we are about to go warp 9.99.
I need your authorization.
Well, you don't have to do that anymore on these modern ships.
You do not have to do that anymore. Yes, Sisko was a ghetto captain since he started off just as a commander. That's true. Yeah, he did start as a commander, and he had a completely different. Like the Sisko that started was not the same Sisko that ended. But during the show, it's like Avery Brooks completely changed Sisko, or either just something happened to him. I don't know. Either the show made him crazy, or he just started to get crazy. I don't know. But he was more of a, you know, he enunciated everything that he was saying. Like, oh, okay. Almost like what's his
Leodis
face?
underscore Abnoba says, I think that was all Brooks. He seemed too serious.
Yeah, he like, the acting that he gave in that show was that of a stage performance of Shakespeare. You know, like the emotions were a little off. He was always smiling about nothing. You were the commander. Like, okay, if you ever watch some of Louis Gossett Jr., you know, he was in Stargate SG-1 during the prior thing in the Ori arc. He became one of the
Leodis
priors
underscore
of the Ori.
Abnoba says,
And
there was that documentary where they interviewed the different captains, yet I think Brooks has a screw loose.
Yeah, a little bit screwed loose, yes. But Louis Gossett Jr., he completely acted differently, like in Iron Eagle or whatever that movie was back in the day, a bunch of other ones. Whenever he was in Stargate SG-1, every time he talked, it was like this. He had to talk like he was important. And these are the things to say. You're like, what the fuck happened to you, man? You gonna be alright there, Lou? But that's kind of how, like, Avery Brooks brought Sisko in my opinion. It's like every word was enunciated kind of like Sulu, to the point where it was just kind of overly done versus like a natural flow of conversation. But maybe that was supposed to be that way. The director may have wanted it. I don't know. That's just my opinion. And we all know my opinion is invalid. Yeah, there's something about like whenever Shatner did the Captain's documentary thing, and he talked to every one of them, you know, like Kate McGrew and Scott Bakula, Avery Brooks, Patrick Stewart, you know, and whenever he went to go visit Avery, Avery was at his piano, and he was just like kind of giggly smiley the whole time. And like every time William Shatner would ask him a question about something, he would just play like a tune on his piano and giggle. Like, okay. And Shatner was just give him that cheese-eating grin, like, yeah, okay, I totally get it, man. I totally get it. Yeah. Like he didn't want to answer, or either he knew the answer to a joke that was not being told.
Leotis_Abnoba says, yeah, like I said, Brooks was off.
Yeah, it's worth watching, though. I mean, yeah, I don't know if it's like a gimmick he's going through, kind of like Jim Carrey did that whole fake thing or whatever whenever he got accused of killing or having someone overdose or whatever. But yeah, everybody else is more like laid back and relaxed, talking to him. You know, Patrick Stewart and like his chair just kind of sitting there in conversation. Kate sitting like in a in an auditorium theater setting, just talking casual, you know, about things. And Scott Bakula outside, you know, and they're just sitting there like on a table and chair, just talking. But Avery, you know, that was a completely different one. It's like you can't see me. Ding 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 ding. And you're like, okay. And Shatner's all like, I get it. I totally get it.
Leotis_Abnoba says,
You know.
LOL.
He's like, Shatner just
And are here. We're taking heavy fire. Request assistance.
assistance. But hey, it could be a whole thing. Like maybe he didn't even care to talk with Shatner, so he just made a bunch of bullshit or something. Or either he's like that. But what I think is, it's like he's actually like that, because if you remember the later season of DS9, when Sisko's digging in the sand and kind of talking to himself in his head, and then they flash like to an alternate reality where you don't know if he's actually dreaming this shit up and writing it on the wall. It's kind of like that was actually Avery Brooks instead of Sisko. The way he acted in that is kind of how he acts and he really is in today. But they had it, what was it, the interview they did with the dude that played Jake Sisko. I never can remember his name, but they did it on the Shuttle Pod show, and when he brought it, or when they talked about Avery Brooks, and he was like, yeah, he's something, that's for sure, you know. And then he talked about how he how Avery helped him out, you know, during the show, and like actually was a father to him more so than his family. But then he's like, later on, it's like he just kind of went nuts or some shit. I don't know.
Target kills have failed.
So I don't think we're ever going to see a Benjamin Sisko come back to television.
Leotis_Abnoba says, cocaine is one hell of a drug.
Cocaine is one hell of a drug, yeah. Could be it. Could be it. But he does like his music, though. He plays that piano. Should totally get a link to that. Just,
Captain Sisko says, maybe he just doesn't want to be no for the one role.
Yeah, that could be it too. He doesn't want to be typecast, so he just laughs about it. And I don't think he was in anything else after DS9. I don't remember him ever being in something else. Burp-a-derp.
Leotis_Abnoba says, If I remember right from that interview, he's a teacher somewhere, and that's where he was, at either his classroom or his office.
Like an acting teacher? Music teacher or something like that?
Captain Cisco says, he is a professor, and I am sure for him being known only as Cisco is like Broadway star being known only for the commercial jingle they did for money when younger.
Kind of like Shatner didn't want to be typecast as Captain Kirk, so he went on to be on T.J. Hooker, where he was basically Captain Kirk as a police officer.
Oh, I don't want to be typecast.
Like Leonard Nimoy, he went to Mission Impossible, and it was always wild to see him like smiling and acting different than Spock. But Leonard Nimoy, he loved Star Trek though. Like he loved every little aspect of that. His son even liked it too. There's pictures like on the set of his son wearing his prosthetic ears, or just having them on his ears or whatever, and just on the bridge or whatever, just sitting there, and they're having a good old time and stuff, and everyone else like laughing and stuff, and you don't really see George Takei anywhere in that. But Shatner, though, like whenever they'd have those conventions, there's like that story of him following fans
that
around.
Documentary where they talk about me more, and his son talks about how the house would smell like latex, 'cause Nimoy would be baking his ears in the oven for an upcoming shoot.
Baking his ears. Yeah, he even like, I think he styled his own hair for Spock, after the cage, whatever. Like, just gonna go for that, and he kind of like just wore that as like a normal hairstyle, and he'd do like Mo Howard, where he was always ready to go with the hair, just comb it down straight in the front, and that was it. So that's what Mo did, because he naturally parted his down the middle and back, kind of like Shemp. Are you watching Star Trek Next Generation?
Who?
Yeah.
No.
I just hear something playing. I don't hear it all, but I just hear something.
Well, he's probably somebody talking in the background.
Probably. I don't hear what they're saying. Yeah. Then, she said, military. Let's see. Let's go to Archer is next on an all-new episode of Star Trek Online.
Alrighty. Okay, you can hear me, right?
Yes.
Maybe that'll help some of the background noise.
Well, it wasn't really that audible. I just had to pay attention. Been meaning to ask Riz how his audio headset's been doing since he got a new one. Damn. Phil, Pet. Why isn't it beaming down anybody with me? It's weird. Okay. Speed boost. Downtown, things will be great when you're downtown. No final place, 'cause you're downtown. Everyone's waiting for you. You know, I'm kind of remembering a little bit more about some Minecraft stuff since playing Sky Factory 4.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like when I played Sevtech or whatever, that was in depth right there. That was a challenge. I was making like some sort of a sawmill or something next to the water on there. It's really weird. It's fun though. I remember when Jack was playing that, and it kind of inspired me to want to play it. And I was like, dude, you should get like everybody at Achievement Hunter to play this, because I don't think they'd like to play mod games and all that kind of stuff, and this kind of mod. I said, well, you got them playing Sky Factory. It's worth a shot, you know.
I mean, you're their boss. You make them do it.
Right. And I think he eventually did. He was like, well, let me learn a little bit more or whatever and stuff. And no, it's but one little voice out of all those hundreds. Isn't it weird? Like Jack, he'll have like 300 or 400 people watching him. Michael and Ray, 1,000 something. Like what the fuck? Of course, Ray does his own thing, doesn't he?
Yep.
Talking away. Well, I don't know what I'm to say. I'll say it anyway. Because there's no like key offers or something like that here lately for Stowe. No special offers. Do. Fire. Oh, gravy. Might as well do this one.
Enemy targets on sensor. Flanking damage detected. Personal shield losing power.
Deep, doo doo. Big loader works all day long, so I sing this big song. Oh, it already did it. Okay. Shoot! Shoot! Too far away. Pew! Kick your phaser pistol over there and kick his ass, Seabass. Gotta love how that explosion doesn't hurt allies. Previously on Dyson. In other news, the guy that runs Knight Rider Historians, since they finally found the actual tractor trailer that was used in the show, he had purchased it with the help of like people or whatever, and started to disassemble all the stuff that was not screen accurate on the show, and has been fixing it to look more like that, and will paint it and give it the logo and everything and redo the interior. You can watch progress of that on his channel on YouTube. It's pretty interesting because he owns one of the last remaining Knight Rider kit screen used cars. Hustle jelly. Hustle jelly.
He should sell it.
He should sell it.
Yeah, he's not going to get any good use out of that.
Yeah. Dun, 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 dun. His buddy, that also is a co-founder or person on the channel, he's like a real arrogant guy, know-it-all-y type or whatever. Like always wants to correct everyone on the errors that if they think they know something about Knight Rider. Because no, actually, you know, he'll like get in there. They were on Jay Leno's Garage, and dude was like the main guy. He's really calm and relaxed and stuff, you know. And he's telling Jay about the car, and he says, "And this is your buddy here? Yeah, you both have." He goes, "Yes, I own one of the other ones too. And if you look at the fender over here, and you know, he's like, you don't get many girls, do you?" And the guy's like, "Huh? What?"
What?
Yeah. And he said, "How about you and I take a little spin in the car, huh?" And he's like, "Yeah, sure." He says, "Well, I'm not going to go with you. I'm going to stay here." And you're like, "Oh, okay." Really an arrogant guy. Maybe a little artistic.
Give it back.
BRB, BRB, BR.
Flanking damage detected.
Dun, 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 dun.
Enemy targets on sensors. Flanking damage detected.
Work tomorrow. I don't even know who I'm going to work with, when I'm going to work. I need to check the schedule.
Enemy targets
I think it's 2:30
flanking
tomorrow
damage
evening.
detected.
Which means I need to wash clothes tonight, work clothes, because I always like, if I don't need them, I won't wash them up until I get a load of whatever. But if I'm needing them, I have to force a load to make enough to wash.
Leatus_Abnoboss says, same.
Yeah. It just seems to save things, like, you know, I mean, if it can stand to be in like a laundry basket or whatever for a few days and nothing's going to become of it, just by itself and a few towels, I mean, who cares, you know? But if I need it, then I have to scrounge up and shit. And I need to get some more polo shirts. I usually get mine at Walmart, the George polo shirts, black polo. But our Walmart doesn't have them, so I thought, okay, let's see if I can order some online. Walmart doesn't have them. He's got like a 2-pack of gray and a black. Like, I ain't about to buy no gray shirt I don't need. And all my shirts have like a rip at the bottom where I have like a belt buckle in the shirt and the metal counter rubbed together, and it causes it to get ripped in the same spot on every one of them. It usually, like, if I get a shirt, it'll last like 2 months, and then I have to get another shirt. So, because it's just, and then you yank on things and pull. Yes, you're supposed to tuck your shirt in, but who cares about tucking shirts in anymore? It's so uncomfortable to me. It locks in that heat. That way, if you have the other one, you can just
Laetus
fan
underscore
it.
Abnobos says.
Yeah. You know, if you have a shirt that's not tucked in, you can always just fan the bottom of it and get airflow. But if it's tucked in, then you're stuck with yourself. Maybe I need to just get the sewing needle out and just place the shirts back together. I don't know. Oh, fuck.
Laetus underscore Abnobos says, "Bast in them juices."
Bast in them juices. That's right. Them sweat juices. It's actually cooled off here. What is it? Come on, Windows. Flip around. It is this thing. When I click on the start button, Windows flips around this little weather thing. Okay, 47 degrees Fahrenheit here right now. Kaboom! Boom goes the dynamite. Tough acting to knacting. Do. Collect. I'm really so sleepy. I didn't go to bed till like
Laetus underscore Abnobos says,
9:15.
21 here. 23 tomorrow.
It's a heat wave.
It's a heat wave.
It's a heat wave. Yeah, I didn't go to bed until 9:15 Eastern time this past morning because of that damn Minecraft. I found a new way to store things on there, so I was like moving everything around. And I kept telling myself, dude, we gotta go to like work the next day after or whatever, so we need to get into the sleeping routine tonight, you know. And I was like, okay, we'll do that. And then I just kept playing. So my ass didn't get up till like 6:30 or 6:15 Eastern today. So I'm sure I'm going to be awake for that. Even though I'm yawning. I yawn anyway when I'm sitting in front of my computer. I don't breathe right or whatever. A slouch. And that enlarged liver pushes up against my ribs and it hurts. The tingling in the left arm always hurts too. You know, you hate it whenever your body teases you like, oh, something's going to happen to you. You just wait. Bring it on.
Laetus underscore Abnobos says, ugh. I have to start getting ready to work.
You. That's such a dirty word, work. It'd be nice if we could choose to work and wouldn't have to worry about finances and shit. But then, like, where's your motivation? Well, then you go the whole Star Trek thing, you know.
Laetus underscore Abnobos says, your belly hurts just a bit too much, or too long.
Yep. Well, I have non-alcoholic fatty liver disease, so yeah, I'm expecting myself to like die before 50. That if I don't like just pass out from the sheer lack of caring.
Laetus underscore Abnobos says,
It's like 10 years.
so like 10 years.
Yeah, pretty much in about 10 years.
Laetus underscore Abnobos says, sweet.
That's right. Or less. As I always say, it's a problem whenever you like certain things change in your body and you see it. Certain stuff starts happening. But I've always had like one of those
Laetus underscore Abnobos says, roll them dice, baby.
I have returned with me some sausage sandwich thingies.
sausage?
Yeah.
Pig sausage?
It's, I don't know, some mini sausage. It's like sausage biscuits, but they're on like mini buns instead of. biscuits.
Oh my.
Sausage.
That's an Enderman. That's a zombie. I need some zombie flesh.
Well, we need to make our official grinder deal. Or rather, you do, because I know you're better at it than I am. I'm surprised things haven't been spawning over there at your little computer contraption you built. Storage thing. Because I pressed F7 a while ago when I was running around at the dark times, and it showed little yellow X's over blocks and red X over one of them. But nothing spawns on top of those for some reason, I guess.
Oh, there is something over there spawned.
Spawned?
Wouldn't have to take care of it. I need my big meaty sword.
Sward.
And my
Defeat the crystalline entity.
big meaty armor.
Leodis_Abnobos says,
Come over here and
log into
stab you
Gary.
in the face, Mr.
Invite
Fake Robocop.
SPSS to fleet.
Da-da-na-na-na-na-na-na.
Dun, 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 dun.
Oh, he's dead, so you don't need to sing the song no more.
RoboCop died?
Yep.
Peter Weller?
Yeah, he was shot by the foreman dude.
You're talking about in the movie, okay.
Yeah.
It's like, what the hell?
Yeah, Red Foreman shot him like 100 times.
Yeah, he did. He killed. You know, they never had like a little joke about that in that '70s show. They should have had something like, you know, well, I guess RoboCop didn't come out in that '70s show, did he? So they wouldn't have had that joke. But in that '90s show, they should totally do that, where like the kids are watching RoboCop from like the '80s or something, and they're like, you know, listening to the guy shoot, and they look up at the Red or whatever and go, "Hey, he kind of looks like you, Grandpa." You know, something like that would be a funny little thing. I think. Let's see. Log into Gary, invite
Yep.
S-Piss to Fleet. Okay, I can do that.
And he would have been like, his response would be like, I wouldn't have needed a gun. All I would have needed was my foot in his ass.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. We should write into the writers and tell them to do it.
Leodis_Abnobos
You
says,
ask for Gary,
my
that
Ferris
means
Gian.
y'all are asking for the
My
stream to
kitty
end.
Char.
Right. If you request Gary, invite to Fleet.
1999 guarantees one end stream. Give it to me, baby.
I could totally do that. You can do the bit donations, right? Like 1,000 bits in stream now. Then start it right back up again.
Come on, everyone, do it. Donate 1,000 bits
Leodis_Abnobos
each
says,
to end
trying to
stream
make
right
a bunch
now.
of Clink recruits, and then use them to
You
grind
know what? Do
endeavors.
10,000 bits.
10,000 bits.
I'm about to make you rich.
How much is a bit again? I forget.
Penny.
Oh.
100 bits is $1. 1,000 bits is $10. So on, so forth.
I watched Jack on his stream one time, like, break down and cry, thanking somebody because they gave him, like, was it like a 10,000? Or maybe
Oh man, that must
100,000 bits or something like that?
Leodis_Abnobos says, no, I'm saving for that 10 million chat point reward.
I could lower that 10
Oh.
million.
Yeah, he could lower it to like 1.
Yeah. Let's see, the crystalline catastrophe. That one got it, didn't it? Yeah.
Leodis_Abnobos says,
I didn't know
can you
could
lower
mount
it to
a shield on an armor stand.
39,500? Cause that's all I got right now.
39,500. Who the heck are you talking to? Late? Oh, you're talking to them. Okay.
That's not Gary.
Nope.
Leodis_Abnoba says, anyway AFK I got to start getting ready and all that s.
And all that shit. Ah, haha. You're on your phone talking to it and it's texting because it said asterisk. That's what it does for what's his face guy. Orion Star, which I haven't seen in a while.
Leodis_Abnoba says, how did you know?
We'll let that sink in for a second because I know it's chat delayed.
Probably got
Leodis_Abnoba
tired of
says,
my antics.
you must be magic.
Magic. No, I know that there's a chatter guy that was on a few times who's hard of seeing, can't see very well. He's got problems with his eye. I don't know what the problems are, but he's kind of a little bit blind. And he uses the chat to text or speech to text thing. And every time he says a swear word, it always says the first letter and it asterisks out the other stuff. Just let your love flow like a mountain river. And we always do this. Come in too close and get killed.
Leodis_Abnoba says, yeah well I've started using it more because I can respawn slightly quicker.
Are you building a giant swimming pool to prevent your death if you fall?
Well, I was starting to do something like that, but it can be annoying, and you'll find out why if you do die or go to fall. Because then you have to swim over to the center or whatever, and it takes a while to get over there. So after that, I thought, damn, this thing really sucks. So if you want to, like, destroy it, lava it, turn it into, like, cobble or something, and like TNT the shit out of it or whatever, we can get rid of it. Because it's really useless. Since you have, like, keep inventory, there's no, reason. Oh, and I did, okay, something too, what the hell's on the back of the ship here? Damn it, lost train of thought. Shit, I hate when I do that fucking shit. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, yes, okay. When I was testing the fall and grab, because you'll see I made a big, tall thing with ladders all over it. Well, whenever I fall off of that, or I fall through the world and then it re-pops you up above it, and I'll fall again, I'd catch that ladder and climb the ladder down. As soon as I jump off the ladder, it gives me my full damage as if I hit real hard. Yes.
You should sue.
So it's you?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Now, do you have the server running as like a secondary client thing or whatever, or are you running just your game and keeping it running somehow? Because I know you log out, so that means you have to have a secondary thing.
Yeah, it's a server.
You have a server. Deal plasma damage space. Do I have plasma?
That's what I call my server. Just the old computer sitting in a room with no head.
Oh. Oh, you remote access it.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. What do you have, Linux on it?
Mm-hmm.
Any GUI Linux or just like text only?
It's text only.
Nice. Basic server, I love it. I had that going on for more. Well, actually, he's right behind me still. I'm gonna wave and get the IBM. I should really take a picture of all these damn computers, but then you'd see my mess. If I took a picture of my room, people go like, "Oh my fucking god!" I have trails. Disruptor and plasma damage and herald ships. Okay, herald ships. That will be. Well, first let me get myself set for whatever weapon type. So plasma. Plas. There's that. There's that. Get that. You'll never get my Cocoa Crisps. Everybody jump to the Juggalo sound. Hocus pocus, jokers ride Malenko. Bop. Okay, so that's plasma. We need to beam up so that we can destroy some Herald ships, because Herald needs to get shot, damn it. Okay. Beam me up, Snotty. I'm ready to go. To go. Beam me up, coach. Tough acting, tenactin. Says there's 3 people here. I only see 2. But then again, what does Streamlabs chatbot show? Okay, it shows an extra person. I don't understand why one shows one and one doesn't. Doesn't make any sense. Damn, we got put way the fuck out here. Way daffodil up here. Our final hour continues. Yo, way, yo. Yo, way, yo.
This is the USS Hood. Our attack group is taking heavy losses.
RRW the veterans responding to your call for assistance.
And plasma damage done. Alright, now we can get out of here. I'm trying to shoot, but nothing's happening. Okay. Alright, so now Disruptor. Really gotta get some loadouts. I need to get more weapons. I had more, but then I got rid of them somewhere. I think with all the deleting that I did, I accidentally must have deleted a lot of my shit. My shit don't stink where no one knows. Why my shit won't stink.
Alright, I got it. This is what's gonna happen. You ready?
Yeah.
Everyone's gonna die on Picard, except for Picard. And right before his death, Wesley Crusher's gonna come and save the day.
Wesley Crusher's gonna crush everybody's spirits.
Yep, he's gonna go back in time and stop everyone from dying.
It's one thing about Wesley, like in TNG, there's the Traveler. It shows up during a, I think it's like a season 1 story or whatever, where this engineer guy who's all cocky and stuff, it's Monk's, from Monk the show, it's the psychiatrist guy, the actor dude. And he's like this engineering guy that can make the ship go faster or whatever beyond the warp capability. But he has this alien species known as a Traveler with him. And the Traveler uses his own powers of time travel and all that kind of stuff or whatever to make the ship go beyond warp 10 and end up in like some other universes and shit or whatever. Well, Wesley sees this, or sees something in the calculations that are wrong, and the Traveler guy is like impressed with Wesley, like, you know, he's got some potential there that's, you know, and you kind of figure it out because even in Star Trek Online, that Wesley has the same thing, where he's got this special thing in his DNA makeup or whatever that makes him smarter or, you know, better at doing something or whatever. Yeah, I don't know, universal type shit or whatever. Well, the Traveler wants to keep tabs, you know, on Wesley, because he's like, okay, you're interesting, you know, you have some potential. Well, later on, when they didn't know what the hell to do with Will Wheaton anymore, oh, excuse me, they had hit where he can pause time or whatever. The Traveler shows back up and takes Wesley under his wing, and they both phase out of existence into whatever realm it is the Travelers can go into to bounce between time periods and go faster than whatever or something like that. So Wesley's doing that. That's why it was really interesting to me in Season 2 of Picard, where Wesley shows up at the very end to talk to whatever her name is. I don't remember. And invites her onto a ship that they can go around in time or whatever with. I'm thinking, well, Wesley doesn't need that. You know, he can just do it at will for some reason. And then whenever he was also in Nemesis, he just popped in from somewhere and just popped out. I never could figure that part of it out, but yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
Ah, you're really funny. Ah, you're funny.
Somebody said Starfleet medical officers cannot scan DNA.
They can't scan DNA.
Yeah. But that would answer pretty quick, you know, if this dude was actually Picard's son.
Help get those ships back into the fight.
They
Just
had
get a
to-
tricorder, scan Picard, and then scan his supposed son, and then be like, oh.
Well, I guess that could be a thing because, you know, we have to take swab and samples and shit. But they can't.
But then the Borg came.
Maybe they have to have like a consent type thing to go that deep into the biology or some shit. Like there's certain protocols.
It's just Starfleet, they don't need consent.
Starfleet. The Shadow Government Section 31. Which...
Of the Shadow Proclamation.
Shadow Proclamation, that's right.
This is the USS Hood. Our attack group is
The
taking
Emancipation
heavy losses.
Proclamation, bitch.
RRW Veterans responding to your call for assistance.
I'm blue, dabba dee, dabba die, dabba dee, dabba die, dabba dee, dabba die.
Yo, listen up, here's a story about a little guy who lives in a blue world. And all day and all night and everything is blue for him and himself. Inside and outside, blew his house with a blue little window and a blue Corvette. And everything was blue for him and himself and everybody around, because he ain't got nobody to listen to.
Dabba dee, dabba die.
And I'm a blue and dabba dee dabba die, a dabba dee dabba die, dabba dee dabba die, dabba dee dabba die, a dabba dee dabba die. Is that like the only song that guy came out with?
Nope.
It's 15 Minutes of Fame.
Nope. There was a whole CD, and I actually enjoyed it.
Oh, yeah, the whole thing.
Yep, there was a song on there called PlayStation, which was literally about the PlayStation.
Ah, it's not like that old song about the refrigerator and the couch cushions and all that.
Possibly. Alright, I have a simulation chamber.
USS Cleveland. We're losing
Now I just gotta figure out how to use this shit.
assistance.
Everybody gonna use some
Enterprise, you hold
shit.
the line. Help get those ships back into the fight.
Yeah, get those ships back into the fight.
Ain't nobody got time for that. Nobody got time for that.
Ain't nobody got time for that. Pow, pow. Doom, doom, doom. Nobody got time for that.
Magnetic fields are
Oh my god, I almost fell. And I almost fell down. Hey, look at me, I almost fell down.
Curling here. I just said throughout this whole game, it's like a running gag. Curling here.
I just need one.
Can you still dry zombie flesh and turn it into like jerky
I've
in,
gotten
in
word.
there too?
I'm trying to see.
This is the USS Hood.
I just need a zombie flesh. One zombie flesh.
RRW Veterans responding
I may
to your
have
call
one
for
somewhere.
Or bone. Ooh, I could do a bone. Okay, hold on.
Boom, boom, boom,
Bone
boom,
is
boom.
way easier than zombie flesh. I have
Boom.
the cone bone. Gotta find it. Well, I know I got some bones somewhere. Is it up here? Yes. There we go.
Didn't one of
Now
those
I gotta make-
saplings make some bone or something? Is it bone?
I don't know. So I need some lapis, I need another redstone repeater, and some stuff. Okay, let's...
I have not even gotten into redstone stuff yet.
And
And I don't know that I will, unless I actually
another
really
gets
have
on,
to.
another gets on, another one rides the bus.
Another
Hey.
one rides the bus. Ta, ta.
Another
Dun,
one rides the bus.
dun,
Ah!
Another one rides the bus.
Oh.
Weird Al, something else.
Everyone needs to watch that movie if you haven't already. It's called Weird, the Al Yankovic story. It's the totally legit, true story about Weird Al Yankovic.
That's right. How everyone stole his music.
Yep. I'll never forget about the day that he went to the awards and Madonna killed him.
Yep.
Such a sad.
She was such a bitch to him.
Yeah.
But at the same time, she wasn't.
Right.
So another one had to ride the bus.
That's not what I wanted. I made the wrong thing, you idiot.
Idiot! Gosh! Is Pedro there?
Pedro there. I need him.
I think they're supposed to come out with another Napoleon Dynamite.
Probably not. I hope they never come out with another Napoleon Dynamite, to be honest. I didn't hate the first movie. I actually enjoyed it for its stupidity, but that needs to be a one. I already pissed off that they made a TV show about it, a cartoon.
They
that
had
sucked.
oh yeah, I forgot about the cartoon.
But Napoleon Dynamite is one of a kind. There's no need to try and replicate that lightning in a bottle. Just
because I think that what's his name that plays him? Like he's a friend of Michael Rosenbaum, and he'll put him on like his podcast and stuff. And he was like mentioning that there was talks about maybe a sequel or some shit. John Heater.
Not everything needs a sequel.
Hollywood needs sequels because Hollywood doesn't know what it wants.
Nope. No, it does not.
But Kyle needs sequels.
Nope.
Because Kyle runs Hollywood.
No, that's his problem, not mine. Alright. What was I doing? Gold.
And then there are heels.
What else was I doing? 4 lapis.
Oh yeah, I forgot Q's still here, the Omega thing.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Oh, when does that end?
So ignored.
I can't remember. I thought it was already supposed to be over.
Thought it was, yeah. So, Omega event.
Because he's here. What? It's not even listed anymore.
Can you accept the quest off him?
Let's go see. Talk to
Shall
Q.
we play a game?
Yeah.
I mean, that's a quest above him.
Yeah. Huh.
Leodis_Abnoba says, they extended just the Omega
bug?
stabilization
What
because
bug?
of a
How
bug
long
earlier.
did they extend it for?
Oh, was it not? Oh, bug, me think. I want to say I did go over to the forums and just to look at some shit, and they said something like it wasn't giving out like the areas to go collect or something.
Leodis_Abnoba says, for a few days because for a few days you were unable to collect them when the event was running.
Collect them when the event. Oh,
Okay.
okay. Oh, that's still for you.
Wait, so if that's the case, that means that the Omega particles are still out there particling. Yeah. I just haven't noticed them anywhere. Unless it's you're giving out the quest and they never show up. That.
Leodis_Abnoba says, yes for a few days and then they'll go away until next year.
I completely forgot about those things.
Oh my god, my back. I gotta fix my chair.
What kind of chair do you have?
Leodis_Abnoba says, but you can't get the dilithium bonus from the event, you can just get the slivers and stuff for the research and the XP reward packs.
Huh?
Hmm.
The uvula? Yeah,
Uvula.
I believe that's the thing that.
Tongue.
No, the tonsils are like down here.
Yeah, the back of the throat, the uvula is
the uvula is called the dick trigger. If dick goes down too far, it.
It's a little punching bag at the back of your throat. Tonsils are on the very bottom, both sides.
It activates the evacuation receptor.
Shit. Evacuation receptor. Pretty good. I like it. Yeah. Make a note of it. The abort switch.
Exactly, abort switch. Yeah.
The sword swallowers. Gotta keep that throat straight.
Okay. Iron.
I
Maybe
wonder
that'll
though,
help.
what does the
Probably not.
uvula actually do? I can't remember if I ever did know.
I think it's supposed to be like. I think its purpose is like if you eat too big of a piece of food and it hits up against it, I think it's supposed to trigger a gag reflex so you don't choke on it, but I'm not sure.
Ah. Such an odd name. Uvula.
You gotta look at the dildo. It doesn't matter if the dildo is this long, if it's this small, around, you know.
Now I'm curious.
I don't know if that's actually what the uvula is for. That's just my educated guess.
Uvula function. And I can't believe I spelled it right. Secrete saliva to moisten your mouth and throat.
Oh, it secretes saliva? I thought that's what the saliva glands was for, the
Me
thing under your
too.
tongue.
It also
That's
aids
so-
in eating and drinking. For example, soft palate, the back of the roof of your mouth that uvula moves back when you swallow. This prevents food and liquid from going up your nose.
Oh, really?
It helps
Well,
you
it
swallow.
has- It helps you swallow. I guess that's why women are great at, yeah, because it helps
Swallowing.
them swallow. Yeah.
Yeah. Work as part of the soft palate to close the nasal cavity and help push food toward your throat.
I need clay, lapis, iron ingot.
That's what Google's for.
That's what Google's for. Do you have like a surplus of iron? I don't feel like making any right this second.
I may have like a block or so.
I'll just make it then.
Yeah, I can't seem to hold on to it. Every time I need some, I'll make like a few blocks and just go after it. And I've got plenty of like acorns and saplings or whatever it is to make it. I just haven't done it. I need to do that. I need to automate the smeltery or whatever to suck the shit out of there and create shit itself or whatever.
We got.
So I'm sure it can happen. Your fresh breath goes on and on while you smell it. We'll have Gary do a random. Find the letter.
Hey,
You.
why don't you become my DJ?
I think I need a new one.
Listen up!
Okay, so that's
Listen up.
one.
Oh, what the hell are we doing
The
here?
Iconian Heralds are
Iconian
bringing in a
Heralds.
network of devices
That's all I
to
have.
subjugate Kronos.
Hey, you. I don't like your girlfriend. I think you need a new one.
I really need to get my iron game up. Holy crap, I am.
Are you low on something?
Yeah, I'm low on.
Acorns?
Remember,
No,
you
resin.
need to deactivate
Resin?
all of the devices
Get some of
together,
mine. I mean, I got
or
plenty.
else
That
the
thing just
network
kept
will
going.
reset them.
Oh my gosh, that requires me to. Oh, actually, I could do it the easy
You
way.
have 15 seconds to disable the other two
Some of it.
Iconian
Damn it.
devices simultaneously.
Click on this. Click for iron, amber. Click
The
here.
devices are resetting.
Click here.
Synchronize and try again.
Click here.
Initiate shutdowns at the same time.
Haha, sucker.
Sucker!
I just took all your iron resin.
You have 15 seconds to disable
That's
the other
okay,
two
you got
Iconian devices
the iron still growing, right?
simultaneously.
Heck yeah.
Alright. I literally just put it in your crafting table thing and just kept auto making it until it wouldn't make no more.
The heralds
That's
are
fine.
activating a new
And all of
set
this is probably
devices.
gonna make like 2
We
iron
need to
blocks
move to
because,
the next
yeah.
area.
Let's see how much it actually does. Wow, I almost got all of that to fit in there at once. Alright, let's see what a full tank of iron amber, how many blocks that creates.
Yeah, you got like a bunch of room too. Yeah, so that.
Hell yeah, man, I made a mega. I have plans to do more with this. But
You can always go down and keep it the same height there because I think it still works that way.
well, I was gonna keep going up, but I wanted to try and turn this into an auto smelter where like
You have
it just
15
keeps
seconds
going up
to
and then like
disable
different
the other two
levels like
Iconian devices
auto smelt
simultaneously.
different things, and then like the stuff on the bottom would automatically like trigger, and that's gonna take a while.
Oh yeah.
The devices are resetting.
Damn it.
Synchronize and try
People,
again.
come on now.
Initiate shutdowns at the same time.
Pop it up so I
But-
can do it.
It's not like I have anywhere to go. I could work on this for a couple
to
years,
disable the other two Iconian devices
or until I get
simultaneously.
bored. Whichever comes first.
I'm thinking like maybe it's possible just to have one smelter just for one metal only ever.
The devices are resetting.
Oh, the thing is, I got the
Synchronize and try
machine
again.
ones that
Initiate shutdowns at the same
function
time.
quicker.
You have 15 seconds to disable
see.
the other two Iconian devices simultaneously.
I need to come up with a. Does this have a reactor?
The heralds are activating
Yes, it
a new
does.
set of devices. Proceed to that location.
105. So I had probably like 6 stacks of iron amber, and it made 105 blocks. Excuse me?
Excuse you?
Fucking blood. I hate blood. I really need to make a mega torch so I could stop the spawning in my furnace.
What the hell? This thing put me the fuck all the way over here.
I am a dilithium bonus. Yes, I am.
All these little tiny boxes sitting around. I don't have time to click on them.
You have 15 seconds to disable the other two Iconian devices simultaneously.
15 seconds. Do 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 do. I say a 15 seconds.
The devices are resetting. Synchronize and try again. Initiate
Someone said I'm
shutdowns at
watching
the
the
same
final
time.
season of The Walking Dead, and I said I'm
15
sorry.
seconds to disable the other two Iconian devices simultaneously.
I can't remember where I left off on that show.
The heralds
I mean,
are
I know
activating
exactly
a new
where I
set
left
of
off. I
devices.
just don't give a
We
fuck.
need to move to the next area.
I wanna let the targs out. Who let the targs out?
You have 15 seconds to disable the other two Iconian devices simultaneously.
Simultaneously. Let's make the most of this better days. Make a
The
better
devices
days.
are resetting.
Make a
Synchronize
better
and try
days.
again.
Let's
Initiate
make the most
shutdowns
of
at
this
the same
better
time.
days. I wish I could synchronize it.
15 seconds
It's not popping
to
up.
disable the other two Iconian devices simultaneously.
Yeah.
Father Abraham had many sons. Many sons had Father Abraham.
Stop it before it can
I
break
am
into
one
the
of them,
Great Hall.
and so are you. Let's all praise Satan.
Something like the Santa Claus.
Ho 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 ho. What was that I watched? It was something to do with rich people. What was the show I watched the other day that involved rich people?
Show or a movie show?
I don't remember. It was like Christmas and they're giving gifts, and somebody gave their mother like this really fancy picture, and she was like, "Oh, that's yeah," and then someone gave. Oh, it was the Queen show, The Crown. That show was so funny. Okay, so Prince Charles gave Queen Elizabeth, his mom, a fancy picture out of his art collection that he got. And then Prince Andrew gave Queen Elizabeth the talking sea bass that sings. And she was like, oh, this is oh, I love it. It's such a thoughtful gift. It makes me laugh. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, really?
Really?
That fucking talking bass? Really?
Really?
That show was cool. You should watch it one day, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, if I ever get around to it, I can probably watch it. Alrighty, I'm done with Gary. Let's just check the fleet real quick. Nope. Nothing. Nothing.
Leodis_Abnoba says, oh well, just in time I have to head to work.
Time to head to work.
Yep, I'm about to close her down.
Yeah, just about to close it down because he has more important things to do than stream Stowe now.
Well,
He has to play Minecraft before he goes to bed.
Since it's just you and Latius on here, I mean, there's no reason to keep going.
We done went and scared everyone off. You know, they're either mad because there's no statute of limitations on spoilers, or
talking Minecraft.
Leodis_Abnoba says, oh, I see where I rank.
You rank up there with the top, dude.
Sam Wraith don't come by because he had to change positions.
That's right.
Oh, can destroy water level below if you want. Smiley face.
Le face Li smile. Yeah, I've pretty much ran everybody off. I don't even know why I continue to do this. Just out of habit, I guess. Anyway, I'm going to close her down. Latius, you have a good evening, and make sure the inmates are secured and well behaved. If you have to, tell them that they matter and that we're all looking out for them to get over their needs.
Leodis_Abnoba says, you as well, good sir.
Yep. All right. I'm gonna close her down. Like I want to play Minecraft a little bit, but I also have to get things ready for work.
Oh yeah, I lie to them all time.
Lie to them all the time. That's right. All right, dude. And just call me Core. Resubscribe to Prime for 6 months. Oops, my finger slipped.
Can't believe he would do that.
Yeah, I don't know why anyone would. I wouldn't. If I would come in to watch this stream that I'm doing since the beginning, I wouldn't even bother like following myself. It's a boring piece of shit. Think about it. Because all I do is just Dyson. But that's what I do. It's my thing. It's just mostly for talking, you know, chatting. And this is just something in the background. Because some people would disagree, though.
Leodis_Abnoba says, well, has someone said before, your voice is relaxing to have on in the background.
In the background. I also used to make people go to sleep all the time, too, by listening to me. But when I play it back, though, it sounds like I'm blaring.
I need 4 things of clay.
Things. Anyway, dudes, y'all have good night. Corsi in Minecraft.
Yep.
All right, bye-bye.